listeners, Eminem are here with our darling friend, guest, and her name is Jennifer. Marcy's here as well, and today is sometimes in the spring. We were just talking about beautiful California that is blossomed by yellow flowers. And we're so delighted to have Jennifer as our guest.
Thank you.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
It's great to have you.
So great to be here with my two friends.
Yes.
In a beautiful California.
That's odd, I know, right? And is it okay if I just want to give a shout out to my boss?
Yes.
Because it was awesome that he told me today that he just found our podcast just by accident, and it was amazing that he listened to it and he really enjoyed it, and hopefully soon we can have him on our podcast as well.
Nice.
So yeah, and since he was really connected to what you do for life, and I want to send this episode to him. He's an amazing person, and he's the best person I've ever worked with. He's such a great support, and just a good man, and always having our back. And it's I have so much respect for this guy. So John Middleton. So,
John Middleton.
Yeah.
We dedicate this
we
one
do.
to John.
Yeah.
Good job, John.
Yeah, him and his beautiful to-be wife soon
good.
are going to listen to this episode, and I hope they enjoy it as well. It's really good to have you, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cheer to all of the good friends and good people that we have around us. And I think it's just, that's the beauty of like the life, that sometimes your life cross some people that it means a lot. And I was so lucky that I know Jennifer, and I don't know you much, but I know you so much.
I know.
Right?
Well, it's like soul sisters.
Yes, it is.
We just clicked immediately. We just looked at each other and said, we both have curly hair. We have some connection.
That's true.
And we just have so much fun together. So yeah, we don't know each other that well, but we do.
We do.
Yeah.
There's a cure for that, because
I know,
you're going to
right?
hang out more.
Now I know where you live. You can't escape me. And I know where to park too. That's really important.
We normally start, we ask people to introduce themselves, how you introduce yourself, and what are the first thing that it comes to your mind as Jennifer. Just tell us who you are. Tell people what they should know about you, where you were born, or how. It's just what you remember from your childhood. It's just, I don't know where you want to start. Just start from somewhere.
I'm thinking of a line from a comedian, but I'm not going to say it because it might not be acceptable. But
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Please just
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a safe place.
When they say, I was a poor black child from New York City.
You were from New York.
No, my mom's from Rhode Island and my dad's from Los Angeles, but my parents met in New York, and they are so sort of East Coasty. So I have sort of a directness to me, and people always ask me, "Are you from the East Coast?" And I go, "No, why?"
Interesting. You kind of have it in your blood, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Deep down.
So, but I still have the nicer California edge to me. So.
How long have you been in California?
Well, my dad was in theater, and we traveled a bit when I was young.
No way!
Oh, I have so many surprises for you, Lily. You have no idea. The people I know, where I've been, what I've done, it's so bizarre.
Okay.
So, yeah. So my dad was in theater, and actually my older brother's godmother is Carol Burnett.
Oh my God.
There's a name drop right there.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, because my dad studied theater, and he was at UCLA, and Carol Burnett was at UCLA, and they did plays together, and I even have pictures of her in some of his early plays. And she was married to Don Saroyan at the time, and they went to the hospital when my mom gave birth to my older brother.
Aww.
Yeah, so. My dad, and here's another fun fact, we lived in Germany for 2 years because my dad was doing theater for the military. He was not in the military, but he was doing theater with the military. And that was in 1960 because my younger brother was born in Nuremberg in Germany. And so we lived there 2 years while he was doing that. And our babysitter was Priscilla Presley.
Oh my God.
What? You are kidding me.
No, I'm not. And she used to tell, I think she was like 15 or something. I mean, somebody in the audience can look it up, like how old she was when she was in Nuremberg. But I think her dad was in the military or something, right? And so she was in love with Elvis, and she'd tell my parents, oh, I hope when he returns home, he'll take me with him. So yeah, that was fun. So then we came back to the States, and we lived in, so San Diego was probably 1963 or something. So I've lived in California since, I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. That's another bizarre thing. But we only lived there 6 months because, as I said, my dad was in theater. And then we moved back to California and lived in San Diego for a while. My dad worked at the Old Globe Theater. And then we moved up to LA, and then we moved to the Valley, and then we moved to Santa Cruz for a few years, and then we moved back down to LA. So I've lived in California most of my life. That's the best answer. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Did you ever get to learn German? Do you speak German?
No, I love the language. I do not know how to speak it. No,
Okay.
but my older brother, he was born there, as I said, he was fluent as a little 2-year-old. He could speak German fluently.
Oh, wow.
But then he lost it.
Yeah, because when you don't practice,
Why?
When you don't practice a
Yeah.
language, it just goes
He
away.
took German in high school, and he practically failed. But you learn language differently when you're in school. You're learning grammar and all that. It's different. It's different learning a language. Learning a language correctly versus like conversational, right?
That is true. That's
Right.
very true. Wow. That's just as like you amaze me with
Oh no, there's
with
more.
your childhood stories. Okay, come on.
There's
Bring
more.
it up.
Lots and lots more. So
Amaze us more.
should I drop the names now? Should I drop the names?
Yes,
Really?
come on.
Oh,
It's just as like it seems we're just.
Okay, this one's gonna blow your skirt.
But
up.
we're gonna stop you.
Okay.
When it's just as like I need to ask questions.
You
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
So here's one that will really blow your skirt up. My mom, as I said earlier, which the audience didn't hear, my mom was the youngest of 9 children, Russian immigrants, Jewish immigrants that escaped the pogroms in Russia, So my mom's brother, one of my mom's brother, his name is Steven Siegel.
No.
My mom's brother. So his son is Steven Siegel, who calls himself Steven Seagal.
Yep.
He is my cousin.
Whoa.
So I have some weird connections in life.
That's
I really do.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But let me just make sure everybody knows. I do not speak to him. I have no contact with him. And I don't think he's a good person. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
Right? Well, he's in Russia. He is Putin's bitch. And he supports the war in Ukraine, and he is just a horrible person. He's had a lot of women claiming he raped them and stuff like that. He's not a good person.
Wow.
Because he became famous and everything. But here's an interesting story that's kind of fun. That when he, as a much younger man, moved to Japan because he's an Aikido expert. He moved to Japan, and
What is Aikido?
Aikido is a martial art.
Oh, it's a martial art.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really incredible.
Oh,
And he's a master.
what do we say Aikido in our language?
We just say Aikido because it's like
Aikido.
one of the branches of yeah.
Well, because it's
Okay.
a Japanese name, I
It's a
think.
little more
I know. We heard of
kind
it,
of
but
reflective and calm.
It's very
it's
it's
has
very
a
quick and
it has
and
a very
like Zen-like.
different approach.
So you're
than-
like this, like they don't even
yeah.
know, and then you're on the ground.
yeah, it's a lot more different than jujutsu
Yeah.
and karate.
You don't look
yeah.
menacing. You're like really calm, and then
Yeah.
yeah. So Stephen was an expert in Aikido, and he moved to Japan, and he married a Japanese woman there and had 2 kids. And he opened a dojo which no Westerner has ever done in Japan. He was the first to do it. And he was married to this woman in Japan whose father was an Aikido person. I hope I'm getting this right. This is what the family knows. Excuse me. Then he got somehow connected with the Japanese mafia, and he had to leave Japan. He left his wife behind because he's a terrible person. And so then he wrote a screenplay about his experience, and that was his first movie, what was it, Above the Law? And he got my aunts and uncles together, which there are 9 of them. I don't know if they all came, but a good chunk of the aunts and uncles, including my mom, came to a table, and he pitched this movie and wanted to borrow money, and they all said no. So then he became Kelly LeBrock's bodyguard. Do you know Kelly LeBrock? She was a famous actress model from England, beautiful at the time. She's still beautiful, and that was one of his wives. I guess he married her. So I don't know if that was his second or his third wife.
Are you in contact with them, or
No. My mom is in contact with his sisters and a daughter of his, I think.
Okay.
He's got a lot of kids.
That's interesting. Okay. But it's just, you have a lot of bad families and good families, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the Siegel side of my family is very interesting. That could be a whole podcast of its own. But anyway, yeah, because they're all interesting people. Writers, there's a chiropractor,
We don't want to be murdered by
No.
talking about Putin's baby.
Right, exactly.
And then it's just, he's going to get mad and
gave him
send
land in
Moscow.
Yeah, Putin gave him land in Moscow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I bet he'll have trouble coming back. That's what I bet. And he's never going to make movies again because everybody in the industry does not like him. They've all had problems with him. So that's that story. Yeah.
Okay, what about Jennifer?
So Jennifer started off dancing.
Oh,
Loved dancing.
Marcy.
Nice, yeah.
That's your
Are you a
dancer.
Well, I used to.
What kind of dance?
Modern dance.
Me too.
Yeah, oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, where did
when
you...
Well, mine wasn't the late or that I can't speak anymore.
No, because we live in Iran.
Yeah,
and in Iran, everything is underground.
Yes.
Yeah,
And whatever
yeah. My
we do.
adventure didn't last as long as I wanted to,
okay.
but I still miss it.
Yes.
Yeah. When did you start? What age did you start?
7. Well, I started ballet at 7.
Nice.
I started taking ballet at 7 because my dad said I had rounded shoulders, and if I didn't do something about it, he was going to get some kind of stick, like
Oh
a
my
switch,
God.
and smack me on the back
And
every
fix
time
your
I was
shoulders.
bling, bling. So I started taking ballet lessons, and then I took ballet through,
Teenagers.
Then when I became a teenager, and I went to high school, I went to a high school that was an arts high school. I was very lucky to have gone to, because my brothers went to public school, and I got to go to this private school, and it's a really funky school that doesn't exist anymore. So that's another story for another time. So I started taking modern dance then. And then I loved dance so much that I picked a college where I could get a degree in dance.
Ah, okay.
So I went to Ohio University and got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance. So then I graduated, and I also, here's more of my story, I met my husband in college. He was getting his master's in stage direction.
Oh, wow.
So
That's a very good combination.
yeah, so the two of us met and we fell in love, and then we moved to California, and he had a job at the Old Globe Theater. So he got disillusioned with theater and decided he didn't want to be in theater because of all the politics. So he ended up entering the computer age during the very beginning of computers, and he became a technical writer.
Oh.
But I struggled after I graduated college. I struggled with dance to try to make a living. But I would always have a job to support my dance classes, and you always have to take dance classes to keep your body tuned up. And I was struggling, and I did some things. I was in some stupid music video, and it was so stupid. And I got paid $50 for the entire day, which was so stupid.
We all have done stupid stuff.
Yeah, where you're like, why did I do that? You know, and it was so lame. So I decided at some point, when I was 25, that's when it happened. I had a midlife crisis. Yeah.
Nice.
At 25.
I don't want to be a dancer anymore.
Well,
right?
no, I love dance. I didn't want to give it up. I emotionally shut down because I did not know what to do with myself, because dance had been in my life since age 7, and I was just like, ugh, what am I going to do? I always want to dance, but I can't make a living. And I was being like a secretary, doing secretary stuff. So I actually was a secretary to the fundraising arm of the Performing Arts School on the campus of Cal State LA. Yeah, before it had even opened. So I got to get involved in that, and that was really cool. But I could see the writing on the wall that I needed to figure out what to do. And I had my best friend from 5th grade became a neurophysiologist, but she had a knack for picking people's careers. And she said to me, I was talking to her, and I was so distraught and depressed, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And she said, you ought to be a chiropractor. And I was like, what's that? Yeah. So then I started working for a chiropractor and doing like back office stuff. The chiropractor had a laundry facility there, so I do laundry. I did some massage work for him. And, I started getting some hands-on work. And I really liked it. I liked chiropractic. So I decided, hey, I was young enough still. I was in my late 20s. I think I was 27. I said, I'm going to be a chiropractor.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's how that happened. But what I didn't know, the naive part of me, is I didn't know how hard it was going to be. So I already have a degree in college, from college, but it did not set me up for chiropractic because the sciences were missing. So I had to go back to school.
Start all over again.
And I had to do, not exactly start over again, but I was missing some things. I had to get physics. Oh my God. I had to get chemistry. I mean, some of the stuff I had to take was so foreign to me. Biology. So, and then I had to take U.S. history, how random. I don't know, I was missing that somehow. So I loved that. I love history.
Me too.
I love history.
Oh my God, yes.
I love
I
history.
took it 3 times.
Really? See, I would do that too, because
Yes.
if I could.
And I still
You still learn
Yes, it's just like,
Because
honestly,
you can't absorb it all.
There's so much information, and all the connections are just
Right? History is so fascinating. So I made it through the prereqs. So that's what I was going to tell you. I went to, there was a school that's not there anymore in LA called Cleveland Chiropractic.
Oh,
It was on Vermont. It's not there anymore.
what happened?
It went out of
closed
business
up?
or
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
Yeah, it had closed up. But I went there for an interview to see what it would take to get in. And he said, oh yeah, we'll take you, blah, blah, blah. But here you have to take these courses before you can get in.
Oh, geez.
So what happened to me is I went, okay, I can take these courses, no problem. But I went to take chemistry, Chem 1. They said, no, you have to take pre-chem. And before you take pre-chem, you have to take the entry-level math exam.
Oh, no.
Well, if anybody knows me, they know that numbers make my eyes spin in my head. I cannot do math. So I had to get a tutor just to pass the damn entry-level math exam, which I passed by 1 point.
Oh my God.
And so then I get through that, and I have to take pre-chem, and then I had to take Chem 1 and then Chem 2. So
That's time.
the
Oh my
point
God,
is,
yeah.
just to get into chiropractic school, it was like, You gotta start down here. Good thing I'm tenacious and I just kept going. But I gotta tell you, it was really hard for me. I don't have that kind of science brain. Now I'm much better. Because if we talk about health earlier, you guys missed it, but we talked about
We're gonna talk about it.
we talked about food allergies and such, and I did not know that I had it, but I had an underactive thyroid. And the underactive thyroid, I believe, happened because my adrenals were drained. So I was stressed for so long that my adrenals were taxed, and then anybody out there in the medical community might have an issue with this, but I've heard it, that if your adrenals are completely wasted and taxed, then your thyroid it's sort of the next level of decline. So I ended up with what they call Hashimoto's. So it's not just primary thyroid, hypothyroid, it's actually Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease. So, and also, by the way, we were talking about headaches, and the thing is that thyroid issues you can have headaches with thyroid issues
All right,
too.
yeah. It's just, which I am fine on that one.
Okay.
Just,
Good.
yes.
Yeah. So
Okay, do not listen to this part. It's just, she told me to cut all of the chocolate, cut all of the tea, cut, what else? Oh my God, everything that I love.
caffeinated tea, caffeine, chocolate, red wine, aged cheeses. You guys know. You
Everything
can just
that
look
makes
it
us
up.
happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But those are all triggers. So, if I cleaned up your diet, maybe I could help you with your headaches. But,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
After I'm done with everything that I have.
yeah, come on over, you guys. We have lots of food for you to eat, so Marion doesn't eat it.
Goodness.
So, anyways.
Going back to your story.
Well, that's it. That's it.
No, it's not. It's just
And,
like
do you still enjoy it? Do you enjoy what you do? And,
Oh God, I love what I do. It changes all the time. There's more research and more research, and you can never know everything, right? And the beauty of it is there's always new information coming out. I learn a lot, believe it or not, from some people that I follow on Instagram. Shout out to Squat University. Shout out to Move You. These folks, Move You is actually a chiropractor down in San Diego. You guys should check out that site on Instagram. I think he's on YouTube as well. Yes, I know he is. And he's just, he teaches kinesiology. He's a chiropractor. He is so bright and understands the body so well, the musculoskeletal system so well. And I'm always learning. I'm always learning, always thirsty for knowledge, thirsty for more information, so I can help my patients better. It's not cookie cutter. I graduated chiropractic school. Now, come on in, patients. I do this and this and this, the same thing to everybody. That is not the way it works. It taxes your brain because everybody has different things that they have problems with, and you approach it different. And that's why I do a thorough exam when people come in, because I want to know you. How do you approach your health? So if you are my patient, but if you came in and we started talking about your triggers for your migraines, I would be all over you about your diet. I would be all over you about what you eat. And may not do that with other patients, but for you, that's what we got to talk about. And it's the same with somebody who has like a knee problem. I want to see how they get up, how they sit, it's very involved. That's the point. And you're always learning how to approach each of these issues. And they're very unique. Everybody's unique.
And that's amazing. I love that approach, because that's how I think most people who are in medical field, they should look at every individual as a new project and look at the whole picture, because all the people who are really taking their job seriously, such as yourself, and I remember the first time that Mariam went to you and she came back and she was talking all about it, how fun and how amazing you were. That's what gives the patient that the feeling of, okay, my doctor, the person who's taking care of me, knows my body and is trying to fix my problem, and it's just not picking that one thing and trying to fix that and not paying attention to everything else all the medications you're taking, your lifestyle.
Well, and the other thing is, people think if you're going to a chiropractor, they are going to adjust you. That is not true.
You know, like, it's just as like,
absolutely.
that's what I told Marcy, that don't expect her to just, you know, just do this to you. It's not gonna happen. She first asks you a lot of questions, then she touches, and then touches.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so funny because my grandmother, who died at 98, she was, you know, Russian, and she lived in Philadelphia a long, long time. And she was just this little 4'11" lady, but she was feisty. And when her husband died, the year I was born actually, so I didn't really know my grandfather on that side. It was my dad's mom. When she found out I was going to be a chiropractor, you know, she's old school. She was really old school. She'd say, "Don't you have to touch your patients?"
Oh, wow.
She just couldn't handle that at all. And I said, yes, and I love it. I like it. Give me bodies to touch, you know?
That was amazing always to me, the way that chiropractors can actually feel the what's happening under all these layers with just touching on the surface and then feeling like where things are happening.
Yes.
Whether with people and with animals, and just figuring out what everything is doing on the inside. So
I follow an animal chiropractor too.
Yes,
Oh, it's
so
amazing.
Oh my God.
This one German chiropractor, animal chiropractor, he picks up these giant Staffordshire Terriers, you know, like a pit bull, from behind here. So he's under their arms and they're like this, looking at the camera like this. And he's behind them and he's like testing, and then he goes, and the dog goes, and then he goes, oh, one. It's so, you see that?
Yes.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
They're amazing.
And he does, you know, but then there was a funny video on Reels where they made a joke out of it. So the family watched the video and then they took their dog and adjusted it, tried to adjust its neck. And then the next scene they show him burying it in the ground and the kids are it's a little black humor. Oh, that's the point. Do not do this.
Yeah, do not attempt this at home.
Actually,
there was an animal chiropractor that we took our dog to. I mean, she actually, eventually passed away 3 years ago, but she really gave her an extra year. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
I hope it wasn't
The doctor.
I was like,
no.
Oh, is that
that was sad too. And
what was the chiropractor's name? Because I might know.
I'm gonna tell. Yes.
Patty Temple.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
know her.
Yeah, she's amazing. And then she gave us a whole nother year with our dog.
That's
she was
awesome.
we were losing our dog, and we took her there. I think probably 12 sessions or so, and then she just bring her back to life, and we gave her, we had a whole another year.
Well, I have a patient who's been a patient of mine since I moved to Ventura in 95. Actually, I think she's been a patient since 96 or 97. And she has a little dog that has been declining. It's 16 years old, and it has kidney problems. And I said, please let me come over, because I have a laser. And I've been lasering my cat's kidneys. My cat is 16, almost 17. In September, he'll be 17. Oh. So I've been lasering his kidneys because he was in stage 2 kidney failure. And lasering his kidneys, his kidney failure is almost gone.
Wait.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
When you laser it, it's going to function?
Like a radiation?
It's no laser. This is a cold laser. Yeah, I should clarify.
Yes.
This is a cold laser, but a very powerful cold laser. So it works on photons, so you don't feel heat or anything.
Yes, I know. It's just you've done it so many times on my back.
Yeah. So the way the laser works, hot lasers have more liability, because they can actually hurt you if you don't do it correctly. But my cold laser has no contraindications.
What they do?
So what it does is it stimulates specific cells. So I'm just going to rattle this off. It stimulates mitochondria to release ATP, and then ATP being the energy, the powerhouse cell, it rallies other cells to help decrease inflammation and promote healing.
Well, that's interesting.
Can we use that on my head too?
Well, yeah, but I don't think it's going to help your headaches. Because you got to know what the freaking problem is, lady. We don't know.
Chocolate.
Yeah. I'll laser your Cheetos.
For years and years, I did not eat any Cheetos, okay, for the record. So
Okay.
it's like, but I eat other stuff. And it's just that, unfortunately, my headaches came after, for the third time that I've got COVID. It just was
Yeah.
like, and I'm actually entering to a program in Cedar Sinai.
Oh, you are?
For the long-term
Oh.
COVID, yeah.
Wow.
Yes. We'll see. It's just, what they're going to say. But it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant.
No.
Because I never had any headaches. Never.
I
Ever.
know.
I don't remember. It's just, it's like when I was playing in a hut, it's just weather or
Yeah.
something. I was just, bike riding or something. I was coming back and, headaches are happening, but I never had migraines. Anyway. just going back.
Yeah. But I do think, we talked about, you guys missed it, but we talked about migraines and how you can have migraines before and after your period as a woman, and then so it could be hormonally driven, but going through menopause, your migraines can get worse, but then once you're done completely through menopause, postmenopausal, your migraines might disappear.
All of the problems are going to be gone.
It can be. I obviously am older and I went through menopause. I'm done, and my migraines are so much better now. They're so much better. But I do still have sumatriptan when I squirt up the nose occasionally. I have a stash just in case the Advil doesn't work. Yeah, because if I get a headache, the thing you need to know as a headache sufferer, a migraine sufferer, if you're sure it's migraines, you have to cut it off at the pass. So if you even feel a slight one coming, you need to take the medication immediately.
But I've been just having these headaches. It's just almost every day.
Yeah, no.
It
there's
doesn't
something
go
wrong.
away. Yes. Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say
Anyway,
about that.
just going back to Jennifer.
Yeah. Well, migraines are a big topic. That's a big topic.
Yes, it is.
And
we should
I
talk
feel
about
that.
it one time.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to ask you. This is very interesting that you create a relationship with your patients.
Yeah.
And I know that. It's
Yeah.
just for fact. You're always just late because she's always
I'm
behind
always late.
because she's
I was
talking
born
with
late.
the patients and it's like she talks and she spends
Uh-huh.
time with each one of them.
Yeah.
I want to know it's like how you can explain that one because I know your personality. And I have a funny question. How's the feeling touching different bodies and different like weight and
With different densities?
Different densities. Well, it's like sometimes it's like touching a horse, and sometimes it's like touching a whale. No, it's not at all. Everybody's body feels the same.
But some
to
of
me.
them are
Really?
bigger. It's just as like because you have to touch a bigger surface.
It doesn't. I don't see it that way at all.
Oh.
No, I
And
don't
it's
go.
not harder for you to just go on the back of it like a big man,
Doesn't
or it's just a
bother me.
petite woman.
No, doesn't bother me at all. I can't see how I alter my treatment if somebody has severe pain, then I have to alter my treatment to accommodate them so I don't hurt them, move them a certain way. No,
That's interesting. Okay.
but I'll tell you, there are sometimes it's more demanding for me physically because, for example, I'll give you an example. And this is not somebody who's overweight, somebody who's she weighs like 99 pounds, but she has Parkinson's.
Oh.
And she has had trouble with mobility lately. Well, it's starting to decline. So she has a walker and she leans like this, and she can't balance very well. She can't move very well. And it was starting to get crazy for me because in and treat, she comes in, I give her a gown and I say, okay, you change and let me know when you're ready. Well, the problem is she moves at, I swear this, a snail's pace because of her Parkinson's. She moves so slowly. So it would take her, and of course, bladder control, she'd have to go to the bathroom before
and
after.
Oh, wow.
So the bathroom took her 15 minutes.
Oh,
10,
wow.
well, maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes just to go pee. I can say that right.
Yeah.
And then
you can say,
then
this is not broadcasting radio or TV.
Okay.
That's our old podcast.
Then she goes into the treatment room and I close the door with her gown and I say, okay, let me know when you're ready. It takes her a half an hour to do pee and change.
Oh no.
That sucks up my time.
Yeah.
And because of the person I am, she gets a ride there and I drive her home because she's always my 12 o'clock patient. So it's my lunch break and I load her up in my car, put her walker in my trunk, drive her to the
wow, that's nice.
What is the place where she goes is anyway. And then I go home for lunch. But I don't get lunch when I should be getting lunch. I sacrifice some of my lunch. But it's because she doesn't have anybody else. So what I was going to tell you about being physically taxing is, well, I decided I just can't do that much time anymore. So now she goes pee, she comes back, and I go in there and carefully change her without, exposing her.
Yeah.
I just kind of slip the gown on, and then I have to almost lift her onto the table. And then when she needs to turn over, that is so hard because with Parkinson's, she gets really stiff, and I have to turn her. She helps me a little bit, but I have to turn. It's very taxing. And then when I'm done treating her, I have to change her, and then she has to go pee again. So some of my patients are very difficult like that.
Hard.
That's hard. And then, if somebody is having an acute episode of low back pain, for example, I have to be really careful. But fortunately, I have a hydraulic table, so it goes up, so they can swing their legs off. It doesn't go up. It's not one of those. But it goes up enough that they can pivot on their stomach and put their feet down and then just kind of hang out there until they feel they can get upright. It's really tough. Figuring that kind of stuff out is hard.
So what do you do to kind of balance or contribute? I can't talk today. I can't find my words. I'm just but like pace yourself throughout the day and also not hurt yourself as well. Because if you hurt yourself moving one of these patients, then it's going to be...
Yeah, then I'll be out. I'll be screwed. I work, my dance background helps me a lot because it conditioned my body, and I work out. I take 2 fairly hard classes at the gym twice a week. I take a class at the gym that's with weights and balancing and abs and stuff. And then I walk. When I don't have an early morning patient, I'll walk for an hour. And so I try to keep my body in shape. And then I'm careful, like if I'm bending over somebody doing some stuff, I will put myself in a lunge, my legs in a lunge, so that I'm not leaning over. So I know body mechanics. I know how to put myself in a position so I'm not hurting myself. Pacing myself, I'm not good at that. I'm always late, I'm always rushing, but even though I'm rushing inside my brain, I don't want my patients to feel like I'm rushing. I don't think my patients feel like I'm rushing, and I don't want them to think about if I'm late or not. I'll leave the room and I have everyone's number in my phone and I text them, I'm 10 minutes late, I'm 15 minutes late, whatever it is, to give people a heads up so they're not waiting in the lobby for me for a long time. So I have my system down so that I can appease my lateness.
And I know it's just your husband is cooking for you.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
and you have a
that's
very
nice.
special diet. You're
Yes.
just keeping yourself healthy.
Yes, that's the other thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't get sick. In fact, I was so insulted and angry when somehow I got COVID.
She lost her virginity.
I did.
COVID virginity.
I did. I was
Oh,
so
no.
mad. It was
It's
like,
so
how
sneaky.
the F did I
Yeah,
get that?
no matter what you do,
Sneaky.
it sneaks in. Yeah.
And that was just recently, about 3 months ago.
Oh wow.
I had been completely COVID free, and I thought it's because I have a clean lifestyle. I'm careful. I wore masks in my office all the time. Now I'm done. But I mean, my patients would go, "Do I need to wear a mask?" And it was at a point where I didn't want to force people to wear a mask anymore. So I said, "No, don't worry, but I'm going to wear a mask." But somehow it got me, and I was super angry about it. I really was. I felt so offended. And I thought about it. When was the last time I was ever sick? The last time I was sick was 8 years ago.
Oh wow.
I don't get colds and flus and stuff like that because I just try to stay healthy.
Nice.
So yeah, and I attribute that to my husband Lee because he cooks. We eat clean. He'll steam vegetables. We have chicken and vegetables. It doesn't mean at night we don't have anything sweet, but sometimes we'll just eat dates for dessert because date sugar is more easily metabolized. So we're careful. We are careful, and I'm lucky to have him to make my food every night and every morning and every afternoon. I go home for lunch, he has my lunch ready, but he's retired.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you have to know he's retired. So you have to look for a retired man.
Is he cooking gluten-free for both of
Yeah, we're gluten-free.
you? Okay.
We've been gluten-free for 25 years about.
Wow.
Oh yeah, because we met this cutting-edge endocrinologist in Santa Barbara who doesn't, I think she still practices, but she's sort of one of those concierge doctors, so she doesn't, you can't just go to her. But at the time I could. I was so happy. She was cutting edge. And at that time, she told us to be gluten-free. We didn't even know what gluten was. We were like, what's that? So she educated us about it. And it has made a huge difference. It really has.
We should talk about it one of these days. About gluten.
Sure.
Make a
Well,
note,
just-
a punch list.
Yes.
You need to talk about gluten. You need to talk about migraines.
Migraines.
You need to talk about
No,
clean
because
diet.
these
Clean
are
diet.
all broad subjects.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just you can talk forever.
Well, if you make it into a health podcast, and you've got a huge
Oh, yeah.
array
Oh,
of
yeah,
things
that's
to
gonna
talk
be-
about. Yeah. It's incredible.
Then I'm just
There's-
gonna be mad the whole time. I'm just gonna be screaming.
No more flaming
Because
Cheetos.
I'm just so mad at everything that's happening health-wise in this country.
You should.
Everything that we eat
Yes.
and the way the lifestyle is, and it's very, very difficult. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult to actually have a clean, healthy life.
Well, I'm gonna be devil's advocate. It's not. You just have to know, and you have to get into the groove. You have to have a pattern. You have to know what to reach for and what not to reach for. And after a while, it's easy. We belong to a CSA, so we get fresh vegetables. My husband gets the list. He picks off what he wants. I'll get some Swiss chard. I'll get some potatoes. They even at one time offered gluten-free bread. Oh my God, it was so delicious. It had a lot of buckwheat in it. I love buckwheat. And then we shop at Trader Joe's, and we know things we can eat and things we can't eat. We go to Sprouts. We get really good quality chicken. We get really good quality eggs. There are ways to do it. It's what everyone says that if you go to a grocery store, you ignore the middle part of the store. Only the outside edges,
Corners,
right?
yeah.
So it's the fruits and vegetables, right? And you stay away from cow dairy. You look for the goat cheese if you want some cheese. And it's not hard. You just have to. It's like giving up something you if you're really a sugar addict. It's like giving up smoking or giving up Oxycontin.
And you say
hard.
it's easy?
No, it's well. I'm saying it's easy once you have escaped
We should
your
go to rehab.
addictions.
Sugar,
Yeah.
sugar rehab.
That's it. You guys need to go to
I'm
rehab.
gonna sneak in some hot Cheetos.
It really is. It really is
Yeah.
a frame of mind.
Yeah.
So if you can get off the sugar, which is hard, it's like quitting smoking or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You will crave the sugar. You have to tell yourself no and give yourself an alternative.
Jennifer, the problem when you say sugar, it's a very big category. It is including everything that I like chocolate with sugar, cookies with sugar, cake with sugar,
Any kind of dessert.
jellos
basically.
with sugar. It's like these are all. It's like even dry fruit. They make them dry, but they added sugar.
No, you can find dried fruit at Trader Joe's that doesn't have sugar.
I just showed you one from Trader Joe's. You told me do not take that one. I'm gonna just whatever.
Well, you're picking the wrong ones.
No.
I'm gonna lick off all the sugar and give it back.
Here, I'll take it out of your mouth. I'm done.
There you go.
There you go.
It's sugar free.
Oh my God. No, sugar, listen, people, listen. Sugar is so addicting. It is an evil thing. It is evil. It is the scourge of the earth. It is causing so much disease.
Yes.
And I'm serious.
Yeah.
It's evil. It causes diabetes. It causes problems with your body you don't even know is connected to sugar. Autoimmune diseases.
Can you
and
tell my
things.
dad too, please?
Your dad's, nobody's going to listen to me. When you're an addict, you don't listen to people.
That's right.
Are you crazy?
That's true.
But sugar is an addiction.
I agree.
Duh.
I agree.
So I found myself, when I said, okay, I can't have that, and I can't have that. And then I'd be like, it's an addiction. So you have to force yourself to let it go. Let it go. And you know what? If you went sugar-free for 2 weeks just as an experiment, oh my God, you would feel so much better.
Okay, I'll try it if I can.
I'm not gonna even.
Yeah,
Don't try it at home. Don't try it at home.
At home.
What's next, Jennifer? What is the plan for your future?
Retirement.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can't jump into retirement. I mean, I don't know how people, well, I suppose people can do it if they don't like their jobs. But if you like your job and your job is so much a part of your life, like mine is, all my patients are a part of my life, how am I going to let go of that, But eventually I'm going to have to, right? So I think the best way is to slowly back off. So now I only work 4 days a week, right? So this is a really good topic. How do you retire if you're self-employed, right?
Right.
First of all, can you retire? So I'm so lucky because my husband found a fiduciary financial planner, a retirement planner. And this guy is really smart and he helps you retire. He helps you figure it out. And he tells you, can you retire or not? Do you have enough money to retire? What are you going to do when you retire? How much money can you got to be careful. And there are so many people in debt out there.
That's true.
Don't buy something and then pay it off with credit card debt. That's the stupidest thing you could do. Pay off your credit card. Don't do that. If you're going to buy something, make sure you can pay for it. And that's how you can get a leg up on your finances. You don't have debt. I mean, of course, if you buy a place to live, you got a mortgage. But you don't want to have to make car payments. You don't want to make payments on your stupid credit card because you bought a nice dress and you got Jesus, if you bought a nice dress on sale, it's not on sale if you're making payments. That's just stupid. Where are people's brains? They don't think that through. Right? So.
That's true. Marcy,
Yeah.
I know that you have burning questions.
No, because she kind of answered most of the questions that I wanted to ask. But no, you go ahead.
No.
I don't have anything.
You have five,
I don't have
6
anything
more
on top
minutes.
of my head right now.
Oh, okay. It's just so fun. Is there anything that is just you? It's like first, I'm gonna just have your information on the podcast that people know, local people know where you are. But what is the best part of working or living in California or Ventura?
Well, I moved out of Los Angeles and I moved to Ventura in 1995. When I moved to Ventura in 1995, it was a culinary vacuum. So there weren't very, like TGI Fridays was the best place to go. That place isn't even there anymore. But anyway, what I liked about Ventura compared to LA is that you run into people you know. I'm a very social person. So in LA, it's so damn huge. You never hardly ever run into anybody you know unless you're always going to the same little 10 blocks or whatever, right? But Ventura, you meet people like, you guys missed it, but we were talking and we have so many people in common. It was so freaky. Oh, I know him. I know her. It was just, and we barely know each other, but we're connected. Exactly. And that's what I like about Ventura. However, Ventura is growing, continuing to grow. But it's still interesting. I'm used to being in a big city, so that's not a problem. But for my husband, he hates the big city. He's from Arkansas, and he's not a city boy. And so, I like Ventura because of the quaintness of it. I like Ventura because you can get organic foods really easily. You can get good quality food here. That it's a farm community, and does that answer your question? I love Ventura. I love Ventura. But I gotta say, the cost of living has gone up so much everywhere, and especially here in Ventura. If I just moved here today, I couldn't afford to live here. I'm just lucky I got my house in 1998 when it wasn't even affordable then, but I somehow choked out enough money to buy it for $270. $270.
Wow. Oh my God.
Nothing. You can't buy anything for that anymore.
No,
but anyway, luckily I was able to do that before it got so expensive. But I don't have anywhere to go except Ventura. I mean, I don't want to live anywhere else. I love it here.
Okay. You guys hike too, right?
We hike. We like to hike in Ventura. Ojai, Miners Oaks area. Of course, with all the rain, it's been difficult because they're rebuilding the trails and stuff. They won't let you do that. But I love hiking. Love it.
Yeah, they close a lot of paths because of the rain. It's just like mud.
And that's what's so great about Southern California is there's so many places to go hiking in nature. We're good. Californians, I think, are good at trying to preserve nature. Natural environment.
Exactly. It's just we still have like 5 minutes, Marzia. It's just go for it. I know it's just okay. It's just
you know what? You're boring. Get out of here.
No, because I'm afraid start a subject and it's gonna just
go over time.
I'm a chatty Kathy.
You
just bring up the topic and I'll start chatting about
it. We can have you over another time. Then we want to talk about like healthy eating and healthy lifestyle and a little bit more in depth with all of that. But it was such a pleasure meeting you finally.
Thank you.
We're just starting to get to know you, and this was amazing. It's a great way to start.
And I think it's just as like I kind of enjoy it more that we go through our podcast journey because we started grabbing like people that they are very touchable, like very, very like friends. Families. It's just which we don't have a lot of families here, but and you talk to people and each one of them they have a lot of stories.
Oh my gosh.
And people have
fascinating.
Yes, and you because you're so busy, you don't even have time. Like how many times we've seen each other, but we talk about a lot of other things, but we never talk about your family. We never talk about like your past.
Right.
I didn't even knew that. It's just you were dancing. You were dancing. And I think it's just as like we're so busy and polluted with with life
Yeah.
right now.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. And
I don't like the busy thing. I had a new patient recently who said something about how he took rushing out of his vocabulary. He doesn't like rushing anymore. And he's someone who suffers from headaches that are new too. There's something going around where people are getting headaches.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I really
Yeah.
want to know
Yes,
what that
it's
is.
like that's what they told me. It's just they told me
Yeah.
in Cedar Sinai that they have a lot of patients that they get these kind of headaches after they got COVID.
Yes.
And they don't know what
Yes.
it is.
It's maybe some neurological
It's
thing, but
just-
hopefully
yeah,
they
it's
figure
like-
it out
And
because
I
it's
hope
just
so. I
making
hope
people
so
miserable.
because it's
Mhm.
there is no reason. All of my numbers are fine, but it's just these
Yeah.
headaches are coming, and
Right.
I even had the sinus surgery. You know.
Did you try acupuncture?
No.
That might be worth trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I was just talking about like just having some what do you call it? The Botox
Yeah.
for pain.
Oh yeah, for chronic pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were just. I've been told that it's good.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
It can, it's leave no stone unturned is what I always
Yeah.
say. Just
Yeah.
try everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw it then.
Yeah.
Like hopefully
We're
it's
gonna
gonna
throw
hit the
this
right
away.
But
place.
you know what? I have a patient who has chronic headaches right now. I sent him to a neurologist in Santa Monica who has fixed somebody else's headaches, a special neurologist, and they did some Botox in key places, and he told me it didn't work.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but it doesn't
No,
mean it
that's
won't work
okay.
for
Yeah.
you.
It's just like, well,
For him, it didn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
He still has terrible headaches.
I think that works more for joint pains and inflammation.
Well, if you have chronic, if you have degenerative
Yeah.
changes in your
Yeah.
neck, or because a lot of times the migraines start in the neck.
That's true.
then they
Or it's
creep
just
up.
as like it starts from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, really, really thank you. That is just you came and you spent some time. We
Thank you
had a
for
great time.
having me.
And you guys are not going to be with us. We're going to have dinner.
Free pizza.
Healthy pizza, clean
Yes.
pizza.
Yeah, exactly. It's a treat.
Come back soon.
I will,
and
thank you.
For like more detailed subject. And
Yeah.
again, we're going back to your boss. Thank you so much for people
Yeah. Like John.
John, that they are
John.
listening to us. And
Who are
it's just-
out there and still create hope. Like when I
Yes.
talk to people like him, it gives me hope for
Aw,
humanity. And
yay.
love you, John.
Okay.
I want to meet you, John.
Thank you, Lee. That is just as like you
Oh,
gave her
yeah.
a break. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
to spend
Oh,
Friday
yes,
afternoon.
right, right,
That's so
right.
sweet.
Have a good one,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye-bye.